Hey guys, John Rettinger with John4Lakers.com here with a review of my demo unit's T-Mobile G1 powered by Google's Android operating system. I've been using the phone for about 3 days now, and I'll get into my experiences in a minute. T-Mobile sent me the device to review, although I'm definitely not the first one to review this device as it already had a lot of user information already in it, including phone numbers, backgrounds, all kinds of stuff. Overall, I've been very happy with the phone. I have to send it back to T-Mobile in a few days, and I'm a little bit disappointed. I have enjoyed using it. Call quality, first off, is dependent on where you are with T-Mobile's network. Where I am in Southern California, the network is very strong, so I found reception to be very adequate. User on the other end reported no interference, no tinny noise. So call quality was definitely an overall 5 stars. Build quality is certainly very nice. The phone is solid. It's got a decent amount of heft. It certainly weighs more than an iPhone, for example, but it's not too heavy and it sits nice in your hand. As you guys saw in my hardware overview, it does have a little bit of a curve right there. So when you're talking, actually the caller on the other end did say it seemed quite loud. Volume on the handset's end is quite loud as well. I particularly enjoyed it, found it no different than any other phone, which is nice. T-Mobile's 3G service is a little bit spotty, but when I did have access to it, it wasn't bad. It was nice and quick, and I would say about on par with AT&T's 3G service. Even though T-Mobile currently is only supporting UMTS, not the full HSDPA, which is just technical talk for faster. UMTS is a little bit slower. HSDPA is a little bit quicker. Both are technically third generation or 3G networks. So let me go ahead and give you guys some impressions of the phone. The browser I found to be a very nice alternative to mobile Safari. It's not as good, it's not as eloquent, it's not as fluid, but it is nice. I want to start off this this phone review, by giving you guys a demonstration of the operating system, and particularly the browser itself. So I'm going to go ahead and move this down here. I'm going to show you guys just the browser right now. So here's the phone. Hit the end button, and you hit the menu button to unlock it. There's no SIM card in there right now. And here we are. Here is the phone. So I'm going to go ahead and open up John4Lakers.com, and I'm going to compare it actually with the iPhone so you guys can see the speed difference on each. And the memory has been cleared on both of these. Just give me one moment here. Go to Browser, Menu, go to URL. To type, you have to actually, there's not an accelerometer in the device. You have to actually open it up to type. I'm going to go ahead and type in John4Lakers.com here. Dun, dun, dun. Had to delete what was there before. Alright, www.john4lakers.com. Alright, I'll leave that queued. I'm not going to load it quite yet. And I'll do the same thing on the iPhone here. Go to my bookmarks. Okay. So I will hit the John4Lakers on my bookmarks, and I'll hit the OK button at the same time here. We'll see what happens. And this is both over Wi-Fi, the same Wi-Fi network, so there shouldn't be any difference in speed. Alright. And let's see. And we're off on both of them. Alright, looks like they're both at the same point in the little status bar right there. And actually looks like the G1 is done, whereas the iPhone is still loading the web page. And it's done. So just a few seconds difference here. You can see on the iPhone, I'm sure you're familiar with mobile. If you're familiar with mobile Safari, you actually have the full page already rendered and already scaled here at John4Lakers.com. However, on the G1, you have to do a decent amount of scrolling to see everything, especially when the phone is arranged like this. When you slide the keyboard out, though, and you go to portrait mode, you get a little more screen real estate, and you can't pan around with your finger, and the panning is very fluid, and you can't double tap. But what you can do is zoom, just like normal. Sorry, it's reloading the page here. Let that finish up again. You tap the screen, you get a plus and minus right there, and you can zoom out a little further, zoom out just a little bit further yet, keep going, and there we go. Now you've got the full page, although the text is a little bit unreadable. The scrolling is very fluid. It's actually the most fluid I've seen on a non-Apple iPhone. So I'll show you guys again. Very nice and fluid. So I did a walkthrough during the emulator of the hardware and the software of the device, so nothing revolutionary here that you haven't seen. But I will say that this touchscreen does feel very nice. Flick up, go see the rest of your programs, and go back down. Go to the left or right, do a Google search. You can keep going and add more programs anywhere you want. And you can move icons on the screen anywhere you choose, which is very nice. So one of the things everybody's talking about is the Android Marketplace. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys right now. Let me go ahead and open that up here. Alright, there it is, Market. See that little alien icon? Go ahead and open it up, and it looks very similar to Apple's App Store. I'm using the iPhone a lot as a reference point, since that's a device a lot of people are familiar with. So you can scroll across and see some of the most popular apps, search by applications, and breaks it down by topic. These are all free right now. Entertainment, finance, lifestyle, multimedia. You can go back. Go to games. Not many games available, but there are enough right now, and more should become available shortly. Pac-Man, Solitaire. Kind of just scroll through. These are all nice free games, and they all work very well with the phone and the operating system. You could search it by popularity or just by date. So that's one of the things everybody's talking about with the phone. I'll go back to the home screen, open this device up again, and one of the other things everybody's talking about is this Amazon MP3. And this is similar to mobile iTunes or any other downloadable service. Lets you download MP3 files wirelessly in this particular way, DRM free from the Amazon MP3 store. Go back to home screen. And now move the camera back up so I can see you guys. I have to say I have been very happy with the phone. Build quality, like I said, does feel nice. There's a little bit of a creaking though on the device, and that's from the difference between the keyboard and the bottom of the phone. You can see there's a little bit of a gap right there. You can actually see through it. So there's a bit of a creaking, but the sliding mechanism does feel very solid. It does not feel like flimsy. It really feels and has a nice heft to it, and really typing is very good. The keyboard I found to be very usable. It's a 5-row keyboard. There is a little bit of a hump here, and people were worried that it might be hard to type over it. I'm happy to report that it's not an issue at all. It actually feels more comfortable. Your hand actually rests on that hump. So a couple other things to note about the device. Phone's ringing there. You can go ahead and scroll this down, and you get a full list of your new messages, emails, text messages. Everything shows up right there. You can scroll it right back up. That's kind of neat. You get alerts at the top that show you what it is that popped up. And it gets showed before. You can scroll left or right. And right up gives you your full list of icons. And all this stuff can be rearranged. Scrolling on it is very fluid. You can scroll through your contacts. You can really scroll through anything. Very similar, again, to the iPhone. So guys, I don't want to keep this too long, so I'm going to get cut off. But I do want to tell you that I am very happy with the G1. And considering it's really a first-generation product, the first time Android has been launched, yeah, I think they did a nice job, and they waited long enough to bring it to market until they had a complete product. And it's only going to get better. It is over-the-air firmware upgradable, so all the bugs people find, they will be fixed and will be upgraded, and new features will be coming. I think that Google was smart to rely on a manufacturer like HTC to build a device, someone with a proven reputation for hardware manufacturing. So guys, overall, out of 5 stars, I'm going to have to give the T-Mobile G1 a nice 4.5 stars. If you're with T-Mobile, it really is the only phone to get if you want a smartphone with 3G capabilities. It's nice that T-Mobile finally has a killer phone to keep up with the rest of the carriers. So guys, John Rettinger with John4Lakers.com with a very quick and apologetically a little rushed review of the T-Mobile G1. They don't give me the phone for very long, so I had to give you my impressions right quick. Again, be sure to check out the website, John4Lakers.com. Follow me on Twitter, www.twitter.com/John4Lakers. This is John Rettinger, and hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.